Hi guys, my name is Jane and today we are going to make a dice bag with this patch. Oh shit, there's a pin on here. That could be dangerous. So this is for DCC, as you can see here. It has elf, that is what I usually play. Though my elf has died, and now I have a human character. But we're still going to make the dice bag. Alright, so for this project you want a relatively clean working space. If you're allergic to dust, I'm sorry. You're going to want your dice bag, your patch, thimble, birdie scissors, and your thread with a needle. Don't let that fall on the floor. Okay, something else you probably might want is an iron. If it's iron on, you're going to want to reinforce that a bit. This iron's from like the 50s. It was my grandma's. It's got this little, look at this thing. This is like, it looks like it could electrocute you. It's rusted. I probably shouldn't be using it, but it's the iron that I've got. The plug is still good. It hasn't shocked me yet, so I'm sure it's fine. Alright, so first things first, we are going to thread our needle. In terms of like how much we need, I usually just use my arm as a guide, and like something like that. I don't know. I'm sure it's fine either way. And then the other thing you need is eyesight. If I get close to it, I cannot see it, but if I like tilt my head away, I can usually thread a needle fine. I don't know if that means I have bad vision or not, but it can't be that bad if I can thread a needle. So I got it through, and we're just gonna tie the end. I'm not particularly great at sewing, but I can get the job done. So this glue is what's going to heat up. Man, this thing has cat hair on it. Okay, I do not feel any heat coming from this, but it sounds like it's on. Oh yeah, that's getting hot. So iron's definitely ready. It smells like burnt dust and death in here. What you want to do is, when you're placing your patch, is make sure that it's facing the right way. So I want, the dice are going to sit down this way, so it's going to face that way. I'm going to put it in the middle. How hard can it be, really? Pressing the iron down. Okay, I'm not going to touch, I shouldn't touch it. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to sit it here. I hope it doesn't start smoking. That looks pretty good. Can I wait a few seconds before I touch it and burn myself? In the 50s, they definitely did not imagine a woman with overgrown hair, no makeup, no dress, wearing pants, pressing a pentagram that says elf onto a dice bag. But here we are. We're going to stitch. So essentially you want to start from coming from the bottom and then work your way out. So of course, thimble on. My elf is dead, and the way she died was a really ridiculous death. As all RPGs are, you know, your deaths are ridiculous in RPGs. She had flaming hands, which is a spell where fire comes out of your hands. Basically, my party was being attacked by bandits, and we were only level 1 at the time. I lost my power, my magic. I rolled so many ones that I lost my spell for the day. And basically after that, it was just, okay, well, you have no spell. I've got a sword. I've got a mithril sword. I'm going to use my sword. I attacked them, rolled more ones, and of course, which is a fumble, and just started taking those hit points, just started dying. And the cleric already at that time was too scared to come in and help me. So the cleric is cowering aside. I'm doing all the damage. And then these skeleton warriors come out of nowhere and attack us. And of course there was absolutely no way that anyone was going to be able to help me at this point. I got swarmed and I was overtaken by skeleton warriors. And my human character. So basically the way the game works is they expect you to die so much in DCC that you get more than one character. And it's whoever lives is basically your character. Now, you can't really predict who's going to live. I really thought that my elf character she was the strongest, she was the coolest, she had great stats, but I rolled shitty, and so she died. And my human character, who I kind of had as like a side character, didn't really expect to do much. She's the one who outlived everybody. She's actually the oldest character in the game right now. My human character is basically, she's a witch. She's a witch, yeah. So with this running stitch, I'm just coming in and then going over and then going down. Kind of like staple level of distance from each other. So is there any characters that you have played as that you really miss, that died, and that you've tried to bring back, or have made other characters like them and it's just not the same? I think deaths are pretty common in RPGs. I mean, that I guess depends on your DM or GM as to whether people die or not. And like, I kind of like that about the game. There's more critical thinking on some levels. You know, you are not guaranteed to have your character live forever. They're not always going to be turned over and be okay. And that kind of puts a little bit more weight on the situations and can allow some really interesting storytelling. Vagrant, did you eat Carol Baskin's husband? Alright guys, that is it. We've made the dice bag. This is what it turned out to look like here. The stitches went all the way around the side. You want to see my dice? Green. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Maybe I'll make a dice tower. Alright, thank you. Bye!